Reason with your brain. You are a PhD holder, actually, Mr. President, Deputy President. Why do you go to address people when the intelligence of the police have told you prior, and you have exchanged with your intelligence, that there will be people who will throw stones? Allow the police to arrest those guys because they have the names, but don't go there and tell them now, Miriam Rukia, that I have 2 million today. Pesa say, nina yangu meleta 2 million. Sindio ulisikia? Play that clip. Play it here. Play it. Then you blame Raila. What has Raila got to do with it? What has Raila got to do with that in violence? Raila was not there. You addressed a very good conference in Kisumu. The first day you did your policy, the intelligence have told you, get out and go home. Go back to Nairobi, come back later. But because you belittle Kenyatta, you belittle Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, you belittle him every day. Every meeting you allow people to insult the president. You think he doesn't have friends like me? Uhuru does not pay me to speak. Listen carefully, Ruto. Uhuru does not pay me to speak. I've been on this world before you. I went to school before you. I did not go to Onyango to seek shoes. I walked on my barefoot 10 miles every day, eating roasted cassava from the ash. Jiggers have ever pierced me. Therefore, listen, man. Look at the scenario over here. ICC case coming now. Nyenye wa Kenya, what is wrong with you? Nyenye wa Kenya, what is going on, man? What is going on? There's nothing in Africa that I've said which has not come true. Didn't I tell you that it was a mistake for Dr. Abiy Ahmed to shake hands with a terrorist called Isaias Afwerki? Didn't I tell you? The day he went to shake the hands, I called him on his telephone. I said, you have made a mistake, Zenawi. Zenawi's grave will turn. Hasn't Zenawi's grave turned in Ethiopia? Tell me Matsanga doesn't know politics. Bring an exam, I will show you. I will even beat you, then mark yours. Bring it, Ruto. Bring it to me. I will mark yours, even write for you to pass. I have predicted so many things. I have nothing to fear. I am 66 years old. I'm going home. God will take me, but my voice will remain. That's why I'm addressing the Kenyans. This violence is not good at all. In 2008, 2007, 8, 9, it was this Ugandan who was called a Ugandan who stood up against Ocampo. Did you stand up against Ocampo? Show me one person from the Rift Valley who went to TV like me and stood up against Ocampo. I have also a share because my friends that I stood for are here. But when I see my friends tearing each other, I don't feel all right. Today, let me tell you my heart. It is not the desire that I can be here being insulted by malcontents, some of them who have not even left their village. Wacha kupuzi yenyu. I've seen so many. I've traveled 122 countries. Show me where you have traveled. I've seen all the food, cuisines. Musiharibu jina ya watu every day. I will not lack sugar. I will go and drink. But this nation is very important for everybody in Africa. Therefore, for me, I have to speak my mind. Violence is not I cannot even, those guys who threw stones, if they are CCTV, they should be picked in Kondeli and go to prison. It is not Raila who told them to do so. Don't condemn unless you knew, unless you played the Machiavellian politics, that you planted your own people to cause Raila a problem, to diminish Raila's popularity. I have been a critic of the former Prime Minister because I knew him before Ruto knew him. Where was Ruto in 1982? I have people, friends, whom I have been with. I cannot name here. Have you seen Raila ever insult Matsanga? Show me one day when Raila insulted me. Show me. Play a clip where Raila came and said Matsanga is stupid. Because he has respect for the suffering that I've gone through. It is not easy for you to lose your nationality. It's not easy for you to be a refugee in Stockholm, like we were running around in Paris with Raila in Scandinavian countries. So when we tell you to have peace, not violence, don't think we are criminals. Don't call me a Ugandan. Don't call me any name. It is okay. But you want a Mzungu Livingstone or Stanley to come and tell you we need peace here. You want the British High Commissioner to tell you. But you don't want a man who is respected by the British High Commissioner and the Americans, who has studied along with them. He's black, and to tell you, isn't it? Go your way. You are going to have, you want an election. What? Miriam, open up. Let me finish this anger today. I have past 7 minutes. Look at Chebukati. Look at this. And let the government, let the President Uhuru Kenyatta hear me. Me, Chebukati, I found Chebukati in Sarova Hotel. Sarova Sands Hotel. He sent his PA to call me. He was seated in a corner. Chebukati, you remember what you told me. I don't want to say it here. My friend, you are causing problems for Kenyans. You see the timetable of this election, you can't manage it. Mr. Chebukati, you don't even have money to run elections. You tried voters, people refuse. Why have people refused? Because you have not sensitized them. Where is the voter education money? Where did it go, Chebukati? Ilienda wapi? Wewe ulisikia wapi? Pesa iko wapi? Medium is there. Let's go to the books of, let's go. Let the EACC go today to the books of IEBC, and find out how much money they have used on voter education. How many of you in Kenya have been given voter education? How many? How many of you? Muniambie leo. Wewe Songa, don't tell me this. How many of you? Do you know where the money has been eaten, Mr. President? Hakuna voter education, iko wapi?
Yes.
There is a vote for voter education. Chebukati, where is that money? How many people did he recruit to educate Kenyans on their rights of voting? Muniambie. Open up. And today I'm opening up. Because enough is enough. You can't glorify violence by saying Ruto was beaten, I am happy. No, I'm not happy. I have differences with Ruto, the deputy president of Kenya, including differences on my own country. My own country depends me. But I've never shown anybody. And I'll never get a stone. Never get one stone to throw at him. I'll only get a prayer, that one day, the truth will come out. Why do you get stones to stone a man who is saying a policy which people in Kodere don't understand? Leave him to go. You don't understand his policy. Bye-bye. Vote the policy you want. So far, between the two policies, if I was a Kenyan, a voter, two policies, Ruto and Raila's policy. Raila scores on welfare state. Don't run around with stupid words that bottom. What? You are talking about a welfare state. Raila scored there. Raila scored. I was a critic of Raila. Very strong critic. And if I see him go wrong again, I will criticize him. What will he do? What? What will Raila do? He will live in the moon where I have not lived? What will he do? Mzee anatufanya nini? Ninifanya nini? Tulikuwa pamoja. Tulikuwa tunapambana pamoja mwa Kenya. Sasa atasema hajui mimi. Wewe unajulikana na Raila. Raila anakujua kushinda mimi. My friend, when we are struggling to bring democracy, when we are struggling to bring political parties across in Uganda, Besigye was eating. Besigye was eating. Look at people. People ask me all questions every day. Oh, why don't you join Besigye? Do you know my age and Besigye? You know that I'm older than Besigye. You know that my children are almost equivalent to Besigye. When we are struggling for freedom for political parties in Uganda, Besigye was eating. He was the one making the laws that are killing Uganda today. Then between Besigye and Museveni, why should I trust Besigye and not Museveni? It's better to die with the horse you know than the horse that made you to be killed, to be beaten up, to be locked up. My friends have died. My friends have died in the hands of Besigye when he was the Minister of State for Internal Security. How many of us were locked in Luzira? How many? Unaniambia every day, this internet is everywhere now. In fact, in London, the headquarters that have formed there now, it is Raila, keep the flag. Utakuwa supported kabisa. Keep the flag. Tuonane na hawa watu. Unatisha Uhuru every day. You are threatening Uhuru. Court gani hiyo? Court. Which court is this? Me, anything I tell people, me, this court, you don't know. It's the same court. It's the same way they are doing in Zimbabwe. It's the same way they are doing elsewhere. George Soros has entered every institution. Another person, this musician, was playing music in favor. Oh, wherever I know. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. This boy here. Then you tell me that I, Matanga, support this boy. Support who? Who? Tell me. Uniambia leo. When you are praising the same guy. Leo Kenya nyenye mjue kutoka leo. Listen to me. Everybody is on earth on a purpose. God has kept me alive on a purpose. The same people who butchered us turn around and find us in exile. And then they want us to support them. The same people who wanted Raila Amolo Odinga to go to prison. The same guys like Ruto in YK 92 wanted Raila to be tamed. You people, it pains, but that is what a nation is. Raila has suffered for this nation. If he doesn't want to stand, he's going to tell people that he will stand. He has given so and so, isn't it? But he has worked. Don't underrate him. Don't put him into stupidity of yours where you go to his area and start calling him Matapeli. Why? Why don't you use a good language? I don't think Raila can go to Eldoret North in Tarbo, in Sungoya, and call Ruto Matapeli. He's very cultured. On going to there, he can say it somewhere else in the coast. But you're home. You're home, even if it is you now who is condemning Raila. Someone comes to your house and calls you, you are very big feet, you are hippo. Matanga, they call me hippo. So what? Call me. Call even more names. Call me. Call me even more. I am thick with a thick skin. Ruto's Facebook boys, Tanga, you can't manage me. You can molest. Wakina Pauline, Njoroge and the rest. I don't know them. I don't work with them. I'm alone. One single guy like this. I keep the legacy of His Excellency the President. He has done very good things. They must go on record. I will produce 3 books before I depart Kenya. And I have finished the first one. It is coming out. The second one, then the last one. If you didn't know, I keep the legacy. So leo wacha tuambiane ukweli. Go and do whatever you want to do. I'm ready.